Sometimes love looks like calling for help. I've been playing the role of the adult in my house since I was 9. My mom could go from hugging you too tightly and baking double chocolate cookies to screaming about hidden cameras in the ceiling within hours, sometimes minutes. There were days she made pancakes shaped like animals for me and my little sister, Ela, kissing our foreheads and laughing at terrible sitcoms like we were any normal family. Then there were nights she'd tear through the kitchen cabinets, screaming that someone was stealing from her, accusing me, Ela, or even the neighbors of plotting against her. I used to think that was just what moms were like, that it was normal to duck when a plate flew across the room because you forgot to take out the trash. Dad left when I was 10. One morning, he was just gone. No note, no call, just silence, and half an empty closet. And honestly, I got it. After that, I pulled Ela behind me when things exploded. I made sure she ate when Mom locked herself in her room for days. I slid homework sheets under her door just to keep the fights at bay, but it only got worse. Mom drank more, started slurring her words, stumbling into the living room at 2 a.m., yelling at the TV like it had personally betrayed her. I found her crying in the laundry basket once, whispering that the floor was lava. Then came that Wednesday. When I walked in from work, the house was dead quiet, the kind of quiet that makes your skin crawl. I heard sharp, uneven footsteps in the kitchen, and then her voice, cracked, raw, shouting about a mug. I dropped my bag and ran. Ela, 12 and shaking, was cornered by the sink. Broken shards of a mug scattered across the tile. Mom towered over her, pupils pinprick small, breathing like she had just sprinted a mile. "You think you're smart?" she screamed, voice high and shrill. "You think I don't see it? Your little smirks, your lies." Ela was sobbing, arms up, one hand already pink where a slap had caught her. I stepped between them so fast I almost slipped. "Mom, stop." She turned on me then, face twisted into something I barely recognized. "You two, you're in on it. You've always been against me." I told her to back off. She shoved me hard, nails scraping my neck. That's when I grabbed my phone. At first, she laughed, a weird, unhinged sound, like she thought it was a joke. Then it turned into sobs. She dropped to her knees, begging me not to do this, crying that we were all she had. My hands shook as I talked to the dispatcher, but I didn't stop. When the cops showed up, Mom tried to pull it together, wiped her face, straightened her shirt, like nothing had happened. But Ela couldn't stop crying, and there were bruises blooming on her arms. They arrested Mom right there in the kitchen. She screamed my name, cursed me like I was some stranger off the street. I had to hold Ela back while Mom thrashed in the doorway, wailing that we had ruined her life. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat on the floor of Ila's room, holding her hand while she finally told me everything. The hair pulling, the threats, the way she stuffed a blanket under her door at night just in case. Mom didn't go to jail. A psych eval got her placed in a facility. Turns out she wasn't just unstable. She had been living with untreated bipolar disorder for years, and no one ever intervened. Months passed. She got treatment. We got custody. I signed every paper they put in front of me. I fought through courtroom. I made sure Ela had a room full of sunlight, posters, and peace. For the first time in years, the house is quiet, but in a good way. I don't feel like a kid anymore. Not because I had to grow up too fast, but because I finally did something that mattered. Sometimes love isn't soft. Sometimes it's drawing a line, even when your heart's breaking.